Yay. All right, I think we're good. All right, I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Good evening, everybody. How are you? Um, I hope you've had a wonderful day. I'm trying to get my screen straightened out here. I'm kind of procrastinating. But at any rate, hope you guys had a good day and that you're ready to settle in for this evening and get your nightly dose of career advice and inspiration. I am coming on tonight because I'm going to be talking about, is your career a good fit for you? Particularly if you are a parent. So I want to talk about, designing a career or choosing a career that actually fits the life that you choose to live, the life that you want to live, so that it's not such a struggle, especially if you are a parent, to take care of all of those demands that we have to be able to meet in order to balance our work and our family. Work-life balance is a big issue for many people who have children, who have outside interests, who have parents, aging parents that they take care of, who, have other, maybe they just have other things that they do, or maybe they just like to have time to themselves. Or they want to spend time with their spouses, whatever the situation might be. Work-life balance is something that's a huge issue. And so many people are of the opinion that work-life balance is a myth. It doesn't even exist, that you just kind of ebb and flow. And sometimes you spend more time working and sometimes you spend more time playing or being a parent or being a part of a family or doing fun stuff or extracurricular activities, whatever. And so, some people call it work-life integration, and they have all kind of fancy names for it. But at the end of the day, what I want to talk to you about is how do we set things up so that your career actually supports the life that you live and the life that you want to live. So that's what we're talking about. I am Vashana Weatherspoon, career strategist and excellence accelerator, helping women who feel frustrated in their careers to emerge from stuck and surge to their next level of success. I am the host of the Know Your Worth Career podcast, which is centered around helping women to understand and own the value that they bring to the workplace and to figure out how to navigate some of those sticky situations that we often find ourselves in when it comes to fair pay and equal opportunities and just having it all, so to speak. So we bring on special guests who talk about different strategies and solutions that we can employ to help us in that arena. So let's get to it. If you know somebody who is a parent who is struggling balancing their parenting responsibilities and their work responsibilities, or just, balancing work and life in general, invite them to this show because I'm going to be talking about some things that they should consider when they're looking for a job opportunity, so that you set yourself up for success from the very beginning versus getting into a situation where you're having a whole lot of trouble and issues and your job is just not suiting the career and the lifestyle that you want to live. So let's jump into it. There's all kind of situations that we as parents have to be cognizant of, that we have to maneuver and to deal with when we work full-time jobs, like arranging care for your kids, especially when they're younger children and they have to go to daycare or they have to go to summer camp and all of those kinds of things. As they are in school and they have school activities that are going on, or performances after school, or you need to go and have a parent-teacher conference, or you are, they have extracurricular activities after school. And so somebody has to be there to get them from school and get them to their extracurricular activities, whether it is It could be just for you spending time, having time to spend with your spouse or your loved ones or your friends and your family. Or like I said, caring for aging parents. So there's a whole lot of things. I am just saying if you're a parent, but it's really when you have life responsibilities, some of the things that we encounter and how we can, when, especially if you're in the market for looking for a new job, or you looking to maybe maneuver around in your current organization, you want to keep some of these things in mind that I'm about to share with you so that you can make sure you're making the right decision when it comes to your next job situation and you being able to take care of your life, actually working a job that you select. So, we have people are trying to go back to school. There's a lot of people who are going back to school these days because they're in a career. They are not happy in it. They're not making enough money. They want to do something different. And so you have to go back and you have to retrain. So that requires extra time. If you're somebody who engages in professional development because you want to up-level your skills so you can be on top of your game in the workspace so that you can keep your job even. All of that stuff requires some balancing, and it requires time, and you have to have the time to be able to engage in those kinds of things and keep everything else going. It could be just getting your housework done. For me, that's an issue because I have so many things going on, and sometimes the stuff around the house just is not the top priority for me. And so, I have children, of course, and if I could, I would just turn my screen around and show y'all what I'm looking at. It's so nice to have teenagers who can actually fix dinner for you instead of you having to fix dinner for them all the time. But at any rate, back to what I really am supposed to be talking to you about. Sometimes you have to juggle and you have to make decisions about what things are more important right now versus, what we can push back to later. And then sometimes you have to make those things a priority. But some of the things that you want to look for if you're looking for a new career field, if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking to create, a better fit for yourself in the job, then you want to make sure that when you're considering employers, that you consider one that you look at their culture, the culture of the company. Is it one that is family friendly? Some have very family friendly policies and others not so much. And so if you are a person who has children, or you enjoy your free time, or you have other obligations, you want to make sure that you're choosing an employer that's going to have the flexibility that you need to be able to do those things, so that you can not only have a job and earn a career, but you can have some balance in your life and you can have that satisfaction from gain satisfaction from the life that you live and the work that you do, because it is a good fit and a good mission. It supports you and it fits you. So family friendly policies, and that could look like having flexible work schedules available to individuals who are employed there, which could sometimes, there's companies now, especially some of these tech companies, where they don't really care when you work as long as you get the work done. So there's no set core hours that you have to be available. You just have to make sure that you're getting your work done, and that's what they care about. There's other companies where you can, work longer days and have an extra day off during the week, or you can have a day off every other week because you work longer hours throughout a 2-week period. You can, adjust your arrival time so that everybody's not expected to be in the office at 8:30. Some people come at 9, some people come at 6, whatever it takes to adjust their schedule so that it fits their lives. And so some people might leave at 2, whereas other people might leave at 7. So all of those kind of things make a difference. So make sure that you're looking at those factors when you're considering a potential employer. You also want to look at if you have young children, and nowadays women in their 40s are having their first child. And so, it's not unlikely that somebody who would be tuning into my live and following me might actually have some young children, and they might be concerned about daycare. So some companies have on-site daycare. I mean, how good is that? You get your kid, you put them in the car, you drive to work, you drop them off at school, and everybody's right there, and on your way home, it's just as convenient. So if they have those kinds of perks, on-site child care, if they have subsidies for paying for the child care, that's a great benefit for you as an employee. Other things you want to look at, so those also important job interviews, right? And we're trying to get information. We're trying to share information about ourselves because we're trying to sell ourselves to the potential employer and see if we're a good fit. But we're also trying to collect information. And part of that is finding out about the culture of the company and particularly about the person that you're going to be working with. You want to try to get a good feel for them. And, if you can talk to some of the employees, that's a great way to kind of feel out get the mood of the team, so to speak, and ask some questions so that you can find out if that is an employer, because sometimes it might not be the employer necessarily. It could be just that individual that you might be working for who is not, amenable to being flexible to people who have certain needs when it comes to how they get their jobs done and where they get their jobs done. Teleworking is something that is remote working. Some people just work from home every day, all day, 365 days a year. Not that they work that many days a year, but you know what I'm saying. Their full-time job is based out of their home location. And for others, they might telework a couple of days a week. Some people go to a different location that's not at their house, but it's not at their office either. So it's hoteling, remote locations. So anyway, so all of those kinds of things are perks and are things that will help you to create a better fit for yourself and the demands of your life when it comes to your work situation. You have to be able to get your work done, even if you have the flexible schedule, even if you have the flexible location in terms of where you work. Of course, they are going to want you to get your work done, but if it enables you to be able to do a better job of balancing all of your responsibilities that you have, then it's a benefit for you and it's a benefit for the employer because they get to keep a good employee and you get to keep your job if it's one that you care to keep. If you're trying to get a new one, then that's a whole different thing. Then you're making sure that you get something that's a good fit for you. And so the other thing you want to be cognizant of is if you have these extra responsibilities, sometimes, a lot of the times, you need to be mindful of, are you trying to move up in that company? Because moving up, while it means most times more money, it also comes with more responsibility. So if your plate is already overextended, the last thing that you probably want to do is to take on more responsibility. A lot of mothers, which is part of the reason why we don't advance as fast in the career space as men, is because when we become parents and we know that the kids might be sick on any given day, or you might have to go pick them up from daycare, or you have to take them to the doctor, or whatever the situation might be, you might not be as inclined to pursue those promotions because you know that there's more responsibility that comes with them. There's more expectation of you that comes with that position. And so, kind of figuring out, maybe I don't necessarily want to move up to management or up to a leadership level position, sweet position. Maybe what I need, because I'm bored, and, I just want to learn something new, is just to do maybe more of a lateral move. which is at the same level essentially, but just giving you an opportunity to go and work in a different area or a different company even. I mean, it doesn't have to be within your same organization. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about all of your responsibilities, those right now, and if you're looking for a new job, those that you expect to have in the near future, in the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 years. Consider all of that. Consider, and I put this on a post on social media about the pay requirement. So if you're accepting a job and you get a chance to negotiate your salary, which you always get a chance to do that, then consider not only today, but look down the line. Like, what do you have coming up? I keep talking about the aging parents, but do you have parents that you might have to assume responsibility for taking care of? And if so, then your financial needs might be a little bit more than they are right now. Do you have kids that are going to be going off to college soon? Your expenses might be increasing. So you want to consider not just right now, but look at it from a long-term perspective. Is this going to be a job over the next 2 or 3 years to 5 years that I can be in, that I can grow in, and it fit my life and support the life that I live now and that I plan to live in the future? So consider all of those great things. The other thing is, are you required to do a lot of after hours work? Sometimes people have positions where they're expected to be checking email. This is not legal. Cannot be legal. Expected to answer emails around the clock, or they have to be on conference calls or Skype or video calls, maybe because they're working with people in different parts of the world. After working hours, after they've gone to work and work their 8, 10-hour shifts, whatever amount of time that they work, and then they're expected to come back home and work some more because, that's when they are able to reach out to their clients and customers. So consider all of those things. Are you going to be expected to travel? How often are you going to be expected to travel? How long does the travel last? All of those things make a big difference. If you're somebody who enjoys traveling, that might be a great perk and a great benefit. If you're somebody who has responsibilities and you don't have easy access to someone to help you with those responsibilities in your absence, then that might be a big problem and a red flag for somebody who, is already having issues. You don't want to accept a job where you create more issues that's going to cause you more stress and hardship trying to figure out how am I going to cover this time when I'm going to be away. So those are all things that you want to be considering when you're thinking about switching to a new career. Some career fields are just more friendly to helping you to have more balance in your life versus others. Some jobs are just very demanding. They're not even conducive to having a family. And so people might have to wait until they can, move out of that or move up or move over or move somewhere, to have a little bit of time to enjoy their lives. But if that's what your focus is for right now, you're focused on, I'm going to be building, and so this is my focus right now, and none of that matters, then that's your track. You do that. But if you have a different idea about what life and working looks like together, then you want to pay attention. What kind of benefit package does the company have? Do they have good health insurance benefits, good dental insurance, good visual insurance? Do they have, and I'm thinking more long term, if you're thinking about your retirement and all of that stuff, like what does the benefit package look like? What does it look like? Look at all of that stuff, because if you're having aging parents, then having some long-term care insurance would be a great thing if they don't have their own. If you have a spouse or kids or even yourself, everybody gets sick from time to time, having those benefits to be able to help you to cover those expenses is a definite benefit. So I'm just some of the things that you should consider to help you to make sure that you are selecting a job that's a good fit for you when you're looking to move to that next phase in your career, or if you're looking, maybe you are looking for a promotion. If you are looking for a promotion, check into all of these things and see how it's going to really pan out for you in the long run when it comes to you being able to take care of the things that you need to take care of so that your life runs smoothly and you are able to continue to work and earn your keep, so to speak, in terms of your job and your position. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And this is just a topic that actually today, just on 2 or 3 different occasions, something like this came up. And I'm like, you know what? And it caught my attention. So if it caught my attention, I know it catches other people's attention, because these are real issues for parents in particular, but for individuals in general, in terms of balancing their work and their lives better. So take some of these tips, consider them when you're looking at your next career move, even in your current one. See if there are things that you can do to help to make your life more manageable and more satisfying and fulfilling, and still be able to have your job that you use to earn a living. Of course, I keep saying earn a living because that's one of the main things, the main benefits from having a job, but to have satisfaction in the work that you do, to create meaning and impact and all of those great things. That's all I have for you guys tonight. I invite you to grab your free copy of Everything You Need to Know to Switch Careers, so that if you're in the market for switching careers now or in the future, you know all the things that you need to be considering, all the things that you need to be doing in order to do that well, to do it successfully. I am posting the link in the live as I've been doing since I've been offering it, so that you can grab your free copy and be well on your way toward planning your next career move. So I just dropped it in Facebook, and I'm dropping it now in Instagram. Grab your copy. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye-bye. That's a wrap. Is dinner ready? Like 7 minutes. All right. Sounds like a winner.